In this video, you will learn to use the cameras inside Replikant, understand his settings, move them efficiently, and how to animate them. Let's jump right into it.
The first thing we need to do is to create a new one. So let's go to the Special tab, Cameras, and you can see you have one camera here that you can drag and drop into the environment as any asset. But we will add a camera in a different way. So let's go to our Viewport tab here. And let's place the viewport, let's say, around here. And now, clicking this icon here in the Viewport tab, you can create a camera in the same location as your viewport. So let's click it here, and as you can see, we have created a new camera that appears in the scene list. And with that selected, we can go to the Details panel and start tweaking our camera. And in the Details panel, there is this icon here that will open a preview window of what the camera is looking. So if we move the camera in the environment, we can see the live preview of what the camera is doing. We can rotate it, etc. And another way to control the camera while you're watching what the camera is seeing, it's using Open Camera Preview and Edit. So now we are looking through the camera lens, and we can move the camera like we move through the viewport. So this will allow us to place the camera in whatever place we want. It's very handy to find different camera angles. And once you're happy with your current camera angle, you can click here, Update. If you're not, you can cancel it, but let's update it. Now we're out of the camera view, and you can see that the camera has been moved. So that's very handy tool to use. Okay, now let's start tweaking our camera settings. First, I'm going to jump into the Preview and Edit setting so I can see through my camera lens and see what I'm doing in real time. I generally use this setting instead of this because having a second window, it's a bit more performance intensive. So I use this one. Just keep in mind that you are controlling your camera. So keep that in mind. Okay, the first parameter is going to be focal length, which if you increase it, you will zoom in or zoom out if you decrease the number. As you can see, it's linked with the FOV parameter, which stands for field of view. Because they are linked together, you can use whatever parameter is more intuitive for you. So this is going to be one of those parameters that you will be playing a lot with. Let's move to the next setting, which is the focus method. With these settings, you can achieve those nice and cinematic out-of-focus backgrounds. So let's jump into it. First, again, let's look through our camera. And let's choose manual focus method. With this, you can choose the focus point at a given distance. So let's try to keep it in our character. And the aperture, it's going to change the amount of blur or sharpness. So the lower the value, the more out of focus everything is going to be but your focus point. The greater the value, the more everything in focus is going to be. The next one is going to be tracking. This allows us to track a character, an asset, wherever you want. And it's very handy if your character is moving a lot back and forth and you have a very narrow depth of field. That way, it's always going to be on track. So we can move the camera wherever we want. And the character is always going to be on focus. Or the character can be moving and it's going to be the same. The character will always stay on focus. Let's move to the look at. And let's disable this for now. And the look at works the same way as the lights. So let's select something to look at. Again, our character. You can change the speed at which the camera updates. So, for example, let's move this again. if I move the character, you see that the camera is tracking him. So the speed at which the camera tracks can be changed here to be faster or slower. And then you have an offset. Let's say you don't like having the character perfectly in the middle and you want him in one side. You can change the look at offset in the different axes. So let's place the actor in one of the sides. So now the camera will track him, but it will try to keep him always in this spot. So again, very handy if you don't want the tracking to be perfectly in the middle. The next setting in your camera is going to be motion blur. Here you can change the amount of blur that moving objects has. A value of 0.5 or 1 is considered fine. The rest settings I would leave it as default. Okay, now let's take a look at the camera sensor size. With your camera selected, go to the camera sensor settings and you will see you have some presets. These are based on real-life cameras and formats, if you're familiar with those. If not, you have these two parameters that you can control the horizontal sensor size and the vertical one. So let's jump into our camera and see what it does. Let's reframe our camera a little bit. And now let's increase horizontal size for the camera sensor. And as you can see, now it's becoming ultra wide, like a more cinematic style with the black bars on the top and the bottom. And if we do the opposite, let's reset and then let's increase the vertical size. You see we have a vertical aspect ratio format, very common for social media, so you have a lot of control over how your camera look. So that's all for this tutorial. I see you in the next one. Bye.